Mia e gati?
Po, vazhdo.
Atëherë, përshëndetje të gjithëve, mirë se ardhët në konferencën për media, e cila po organizohet në rastin e vizitës që drejtuesit e Komitetit Olimpik të Evropës, presidenti Spiros Kaprallos dhe sekretari përgjithshëm Rafael Pagnuzit po ja bojnë Kosovës. Para jush jam pikërisht presidenti Kaprallos, i cili për herë të parë po e viziton vendin tonë, dhe presidenti i Komitetit Olimpik të Kosovës, zotëri Ismet Krasniqi. Fjallën fillimisht ja kaloj mikpritësit zotërit president Ismet Krasniqi dhe më pas edhe presidentit Kaprallos.
Faleminderit shumë të nderuar gazetar, mirë se keni ardhur. Kam kënaqësinë që sot t'ju luftoj se dje ka ardhur musafir njeriu i parë i sportit të Evropës, Komitetit Olimpik Evropian, zoti Spiros Kaprallos, siç e ceki edhe kushtrimi është hera e parë që viziton Prishtinën, Kosovën, dhe është i impresionuar me punën dhe aktivitetet që Komiteti Olimpik ka bërë. Ne kemi pasur dje një takim të parë në zyret e Komitetit Olimpik, së bashku me zotin Spiros Kaprallos, edhe sekretarin e përgjithshëm të Komitetit Olimpik Evropian, zotit Rafael Pagnuzzi. Biseduam gjëre gjatë punës dhe aktivitetet tona që i kemi bërë prej se kemi marrë të udhëheqim Komitetin Olimpik të Kosovës dhe kryetari i Komitetit Olimpik zoti Kaprallos na përgëzoi për punët dhe gjitha progreset që kemi bërë gjatë kësaj kohe shumë të shkurtër dhe padyshim që ne e falenderuam për suportin të cilën e kemi marrë nga Komiteti Olimpik Evropian, duke filluar nga suporti apo përkrahja financiare direkt prej EOC-s, mandej edhe projekte të ndryshme që i kemi së bashku me EU-n, mirë po besoj që këto aktivitete dhe këto punte do të vazhdojmë edhe më tutje. Gjithashtu sot kemi pas takime të shumta ku së bashku me presidentin, me sekretarin e përgjithshëm Pagnuzin, me kryetarin e Komitetit Olimpik Shqiptar, ishin në vizitë edhe në kryeministrinë, ku na priti i pari i vendit kryeministri Albin Kurti. Diskutuam rreth gjitha aktiviteteve dhe bashkëpunimeve të cilat i kemi shumë të mira Komiteti Olimpik i Kosovës me Komitetin Olimpik Evropian. Po padyshim që tema kryesore ishte edhe marrja e lojrave evropiane, ku suport të veçantë kemi pasur edhe nga presidenti, të cilin në shfrytëzorasin ta falenderoj nga zemra, sepse pa një suport të tillë, pa një ndihmë të tillë, nuk do të ishte mundur të marrim këto lojra. Mandej vizituam edhe Ministrinë për Kulturën, Rini dhe Sport, ku patëm pritje nga ministri Harulaçeku, gjithashtu diskutuam rreth progreset dhe punëve që kemi bërë për përkrahjet dhe bashkëpunimet që kemi mes Komitetit Olimpik të Kosovës dhe Komitetit Olimpik Evropian, sepse ne e konsiderojmë Komitetin Olimpik Evropian si një familje të ngushtë dhe në atë mënyrë edhe bashkëpunojmë. Pa humbur kohë, sepse fjala i takon musafirit tonë të nderuar, të cilin na ka dhënë një motivim shumë të madh me prezencën e tij dhe besoj që tash e tutit na viziton edhe më shpesh. Pra fjalën ja japi zotit Kaprallos. Mr. Kaprallos, the floor is yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mirdita, I don't speak a lot of your language, but I heard my name a few times from President, and I heard the name of the General Secretary. I hope that he said all the good things about me and all the bad things of the General Secretary.
With the present.
But I understood a few words. I understood the Musafir, because we have the same word in our language. And also I understood that he explained to you the program of the day, that we visited your Prime Minister. We had a very fruitful discussion with Mr. Kurti. He's passionate about what is happening in the development of sport in Kosovo. And I had met him in the summer when he came to Greece when you were bidding, and the day that you got the games, the Mediterranean Games of 2030, which is going to be a major, will have a major impact on your future of sport in your country. We also met the Minister of Culture, Youth and Sport, Mr. Ceku, and also the Deputy Minister in charge of Sport, Ms. Osmani. We had also fruitful discussions with them, and we had a very interesting day. But also yesterday, which was my first day visiting your country, and it was my first time visiting your country because I had heard a lot, but yesterday it gave me a fantastic opportunity to come here to the Olympic Committee of Kosovo. The great work that has happened in the last 2 or 3 years, we feel it in the part of the organization of the Olympic Committee, the organization of sport here in Kosovo, the effort that they have done to raise private money coming to the Olympic Committee from sponsors and new initiatives that many bigger Olympic committees are not doing so much. And we're particularly satisfied with the progress that we've seen. President Krasniqi and the Secretary General Besim Aliti. It's difficult times for sport. It's difficult times in general in Europe, and what you have been achieving is remarkable. And I would like to congratulate you for what you've been doing. We heard some very good news about sport, that in the budget that was presented last week, it was approved that more money is coming into sport, more money to create new infrastructure for sport, something that will remain as a legacy for the youth of Kosovo, and also bringing more people into sport, because that means a more active life. It means for the youth better ways of living into a healthier lifestyle, and also it means that fewer people will be needed for the health system in the future if they do more and they practice more sport. And I mean sport for all the children. We heard about children being able to practice sports now in the new programs that are happening into schools. And this is all very good and music to our ears when we hear those initiatives. And of course, you have the 2030 Mediterranean Games that will happen here. It was a big effort done primarily by the National Olympic Committee of Kosovo, trying to convince all of our colleagues who are going to vote that you are able and that you will do, despite the fact that today many of the infrastructures do not exist. Some others need refurbishment, which is going to be great for legacy, and that you are able to convince. And you convinced not only countries that have recognized Kosovo, but also other countries that where the sport diplomacy is well ahead of the political diplomacy. And we have an excellent relationship. Your people, I can tell you as president of the European Olympic Committees, they are part and active members of our various commissions that we have in the European Olympic Committees. They have shown commitment, they have shown dedication, and also they bring good ideas of things that we need to be doing. So this is also very good. We are supporting and will continue to support the National Olympic Committee of Kosovo by providing not only financial means, but also bringing you, as we have done now, into European projects where many different Olympic committees work together in different environmental projects or gender equality projects or various issues that are in the forefront now of attention of everybody. And I don't know, it's last but not least, because it's very important, we all depend and we are there to help our athletes to bring medals, pride, happiness with their achievements. And next year we have the Olympic Games in Paris. Your NOC has done extremely well. You managed to get a gold medal in the appearance at the Rio Olympic Games in judo. Then you managed to double that in Tokyo. So now there is, I'm sure, a huge appetite from everybody that you'll get even more medals in the Games of Paris. So I think that already the qualifications and the standard of your athletes who are improving will be good. I think that judo is something that you're excelling, and we've seen the results. Your ladies are stronger for the time being than the Europe gentlemen, but I think that there also in the men categories you are improving. And from what we know from the younger categories also, you've done a lot of progress in many sports, especially in the combat sports. And I'm sure that in the future, Kosovo will be getting medals, not just in judo, but also in other sports. So, no more words, but just congratulations from the Olympic Committee and your federation members for what you've been doing. And we're very happy that you're very close to your government and that the government is supporting you and will continue supporting even more on the way to the 2030 Mediterranean Games. And I'm at your disposal if you want to ask any questions.
I'm Marta from National Television, RTK. As a public broadcaster, a part of the EBU, we had a chance to see your work. Let me congratulate for European Games since you started with Baku and later on with Krakow. We were broadcasting that, and it's a great job you are doing through these games and other activities. Your visit here comes as a part of program to support, let's call small NOCs, to make them believe that they are also important part of Europe. Maybe you saw after winning the bid for the Mediterranean Games 2030, Kosovo recently, based also on the last week, we had for the first time Judo European Championships, which maybe you have witnessed here. How do you see this kind of progress, and do you think that Kosovo deserves more attention in international arena, in European arena?
I think Kosovo has done a lot of progress in sport, but now it's also the time to show and demonstrate the abilities, the managerial abilities of organizing sport events, bigger sport events. And of course, the Mediterranean Games of 2030 is something really big, very difficult to organize because there are many, it's a multi-sport event. And I think that the whole world of Europe, the sport world of Europe, is looking and to see how well you'll be able to organize these games. And I think that by seeing this organizational success of the Mediterranean Games will lead to other competitions. In Europe, we know we organize the European Youth Olympic Festival, a huge event, very successful. Many other national Olympic committees want to organize it. We have more than 2,500 athletes competing in 12 different sports, and it's a fantastic experience for the young athletes of Europe, and from them you see the future gold medals in the Olympic Games. So I think this is something that after you complete this big task, because you cannot assume many tasks at the same time, after you complete the Mediterranean Games, I think it's something that we can be open to see and work together what you would like to organize.
In addition with that, usually first 3 editions of European Games were organized in Eastern Europe. Do you think that Kosovo will break that? Will be the first country from Western Balkans to organize them? After what we will see, what we will witness 7 years later?
You know, it's what we say, it's take 2 to tango. We are trying to find a very good organizer who does not need to spend a lot of money to build sport facilities that will not be necessary after. Only in case of legacy. We've seen huge and fantastic results in Azerbaijan, in Baku, where those facilities that they built for the games have helped develop sports in some areas that they didn't have. For example, they didn't have an indoor pool. They created the indoor pool, and now I went there because it's also important for us to see how those facilities are utilized after the games. and the pool is utilized from 6 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock in the evening. And now they are preparing to build another swimming pool because of the development of swimming in the country. So it's important to make sure that the facilities exist, that the organizer doesn't spend a lot of money in building, but maybe to refurbish existing facilities. And we'll see later on if Kosovo wants or is able to organize such a big event as the European Games. Or European Games is only every 4 years. It's the year before the Olympic Games. It serves as Olympic qualification in many sports, as European Championship in others. So it's something, a very important event, and maybe perhaps, why not, in the future, Kosovo can organize it.
Just another question from the national broadcaster. Do you see it as a challenging, let's say, after 2030 Mediterranean Games, in terms of jumping into winter sports? Let's say Kosovo EOC organizing a Youth Olympic Festival after that, and try Kosovo and winter sports, as this country has a slight tradition in winter sports as well. Would that be possible?
Everything is possible, but we have to see, first of all, what Kosovo would like to do. Second, to see also what we have as organizers. And third, if the facilities and the existing sport infrastructure is enough to organize a winter event. In today's world, we see that some countries are developing winter resorts for which are for recreation, but also can be used for competition, and some combined sport, tourism, and those activities. And you see also happening. We have next year, in 2 years, we're going to Georgia for the winter EOF, where we had also the summer EOF a few years ago. So that helps them to develop, but there they organize a World Cup, or they organize different things. So for us, it's we welcome the efforts of some countries, and if the EOF can help them to develop further their infrastructure and to convince the government to construct a few facilities, why not?
Nëse s'ka pyetje tjera, faleminderit shumë. Të mishit pranishëm. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, President. Okay. Thank you.
Sir, we have a request to interview with you here in
Okay.
3-4 minutes later.
Okay.